Well, hello and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand, and it saddens me, but I have a major announcement concerning the Chiefs Super Rugby team. In light of their recent Mad Monday disgrace, I don't really think I'm going to support them anymore. I think the whole thing is just really rank, and there's no excuses for any of it. And yeah, it sort of put me off not just the Chiefs but rugby altogether. This is a shocking start to glennzb TV, isn't it? Probably all change again next year when they start winning again and look like they're going to win the whole thing. Alright. Got that out of the way. Try and pull through glennzb, you can do it. Now this Orlando Bloom scenario. So, I mean, if you're on the internet, I'm sure you've seen these pictures by now. There's Orlando Bloom paddling a beautiful lady around, which must be very good for your abs by the looks of things. Good resistance on the paddleboard. And so, if you look really hard, you can find a picture that doesn't have the black censorship box on it. I haven't bothered looking at that picture. But I did look at this picture, and a lot of people look closely at this picture, and they've looked at the shadow, this shadow here, and they've drawn some, do we say long conclusions about that? And I've heard it on good authority from people who did look harder. It's like double entendre Friday today, isn't it? Everything has a double meaning when you do this story. Anyway, people who've looked harder and at the pictures without the black box, they say that the shadow is, it's a bit misleading. Let's just put it that way. It's all to do with the angle of the sun and everything. So, it made me wonder, if I just, hang on, here. So, in these pants, what's your conclusion there? Is it just the way the pants make it look? Or is it, I'm just barely a man, really, aren't I? Maybe if I did more paddleboarding. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry you had to see that. You didn't really have to. I mean, you could have left when I said the shocking stuff about the Chiefs if you wanted to. Speaking of things we shouldn't talk about, advice for pregnant ladies today from health experts. They're very worried that pregnant ladies are putting on too much weight when they are pregnant. And apparently part of the problem that they're facing is that pregnant ladies who have put on too much weight don't want advice about how much weight they've put on. I don't think it's just pregnant ladies who don't want to be told that they've put on too much weight. To be honest, I think it's ladies generally. And to be honest, quite a few blokes. I think people generally don't want advice about that. It's a whole, does my bum look big in this pregnancy situation, isn't it? I just steer well clear. That's my advice to health professionals. Just let it sit. It's for your own health. Don't go up to pregnant ladies and saying, hey, I think you need to cut down on the whatever it is you're craving. And finally, and this is really, I think this today, glennzb TV, I think it started badly and it's just got worse and worse and worse progressively as it's gone on. And this last story, I don't think you want to hear at all. So if I was you, I would stop watching right now, to be honest. I'd turn off, because this is a story about me going to the toilet this morning. And in this flash building here at NZME Central, home of News Talk ZB, they have these, everywhere you go, the lights turn off and on automatically. Like, they sense when somebody's in the room, and then the lights come on, and then they turn off again. And so because in the morning, I work early, I get here before 4 in the morning, and sometimes I go to the toilet at that hour of the morning, and the toilet is dark, and then you go into the bathroom and the lights come on. Now, if you're sitting on the toilet, it can take a long time sometimes, depending on what's happening there. I'm not going to go into too many grisly details, but let's just say there was an element of brushing that was required afterwards. See, I told you should have turned off. Why are you still watching this? You don't need to hear this. But I feel like I need to share it, so thanks to the 11 people who are still watching. You're very brave. Anyway, so worst case scenario, what happened was, and you never want this to happen, you don't even want this to happen at home with your own toilet brush, let alone a sort of a communal toilet brush. I mean, there's hundreds of people working in this building. And the brush part came off the handle lid part. Do you know what I mean? And so then the brush part's in the toilet, that part's then... And so then, oh no. So you've got to then pick up the brush part and put it there. I know, the Chiefs thing has really thrown me, you're right. And so I was just about to do this halfway through the brushing process as well. And of course, by this stage, everything's taken far longer than it's supposed to, obviously, because the lights went out. And so I find myself locked in a toilet cubicle in complete darkness. There are no windows in the bathroom. With half a toilet brush in one hand, half a toilet brush in the other. Not being able to put them together because I can't see it. Not being able to finish the brushing. I can't put it back. I don't know what's going... I can't find the lock. I could have died in there! It's been a hard day for a Friday. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's hope for a more positive week next week. And also, thanks for having me up your Periscope. And for sticking it out right to the end. I'm very proud of you. Sort of proud, sort of ashamed. I'll see you back here again on Monday.